we've got when the person's, so you can't break the person's posture, so he's on his knees. Yeah, so we talked about this early on when we started kind of working through. So I can't break that posture, you know, and I'm really struggling to do anything, so I might as well kind of open my guard up a little bit. We start controlling the bottom part of the sleeve. I like to thumb on the inside and then create a little pocket for my fingers. These three fingers are the ones that are doing a lot of the work. They're the ones that are getting the tight squeeze. Okay, that comes from kind of more of a judo. We go into this position here where we get our knees through, we flare our knees, Jay stands up, and we end up in the same position that we've just been looking at today. Okay, so we're going to quickly do just recap the sweep that we did on Tuesday. Okay, so from this position here, I just need to stagger his stance a little bit. So I'm going to push just to get one foot going forward. Whichever foot's forward, I'm going to grab. Okay, I'm pulling, pulling, and pushing. Okay, so we'll just keep 2 feet on the hips for now. Yeah, into our first sweep. Okay, this is, I know like we're not going to spend again too long doing this, but like it's a good solid sweep. It's something I use day in, day out, various different levels. You know, it keeps me in a good position pretty much all the time. Okay, so I need to stagger his stance a little bit, so I can go to the knee to kind of push if I want to switch sides. Yeah, grab the ankle, and I'm just going to push, pull, pull. Get used to standing up and moving up as well. Yeah, you don't score your sweep in jiu-jitsu unless you get up. So if you're just kind of chilling like that, yeah, and he pops back up, you don't score points. In jiu-jitsu we have a point scoring system. Okay, so make sure you kind of pop up and go into a new position. All right, so get into hip guard and then finish with a sweep. Give it a go. 1, 2, 3. This is where he's now going to start clearing my hooks. He's going to start causing me some problems. You know, so we kind of really want to just rely on one hand on the leg when we're doing this. So again, even if he's kind of square on like this and I'm struggling to stagger his stance, just go to one. Yeah, because we can keep controlling the other. This hand's going to make it, he's going to find it hard to clear both hooks. So remember, for a guard, yeah, we just need a push and a pull, and we need 3 points of contact. So even with this leg, hand, if he clears it, yeah, I've still got my push, my pull, and 3 points of contact. So we should be able to kind of, at least kind of really affect his base where I can get my hook back, or we can start looking at, yeah, going into the sweep position. This doesn't score you points. In jiu-jitsu, you have to come up. Okay, so as soon as you get into these kind of positions, you want to be up here. This will score you 2 points. So just try and keep that in mind. Even if you go into something like a fancy and you start kind of going into like a bit of ball, kind of going underneath and all this kind of crazy stuff, you won't score your points for your sweep because you didn't come up. So just keep that in mind. So just from stood up position. So we've got into a position, and we're just going to kind of have a play with some different types of sweeps, and some different entries. So I'm going to pass the arm across, I'm going to come on the inside, grab the ankle, and then I'm going to switch my feet. Okay, so this foot goes to here, this foot goes to nice and low. Okay, so lots of things to remember. Okay, so it's up to you which way you go. You can go feet first, then switch, and then get onto your side. Okay, so here, pass, grab the ankle, and then this is a little bit of an insurance policy. So even if I don't go any further than this, I can start looking to sweep. Okay, I might be really struggling to hit the sweep on him, and this is why I'm going to switch. Okay, so I'm going to put the other foot on the opposite side, get onto my side here, and then the sweep is going to be push, pull, pull, pull. So we've now got 3 pulls and 1 push, whereas before we had 2 pulls and 2 pushes. Okay, but we've always got 3 points of contact. So here, this helps us kind of stand up a little bit. Okay. This also sets up some cool stuff as well. So when we get comfortable kind of being in this position, this is where we can then start looking at setting up like omoplatas and other things like that. So we can kind of start combining our game a little bit. But this is a pretty solid base because we've got different points where we can just go Yeah, I've had enough of this, I'm just going to go for a normal sweep. But we're all going to be a little bit cold today. Yeah. And have a play of that sweep instead. Does that make sense? I'll come round to the outside here, and then this leg on the inside, or even just kind of this position. You've kind of got to be on your side. Like in karate, we call it a side kick. So I'm using the blade of my foot into that crease. Okay. We can also kind of use this foot coming across to the armpit as well to start kind of extending a little bit to then maybe go and then hit the sweep. So we've got a few different options that we can hit from that position, but being on that side is really going to help you, especially with the top of the leg. Okay, because if I'm in this position here, it's really hard to kind of chop that leg. So it's kind of a little more than what you want. So like I can really get a good kick and a good chop from that position because I'm on my side. Whereas if I'm kind of here, I can kind of do this, but I can't get the same effect. Okay. One of the things that we'll start looking at is entries into different guards, but next week we're going to look at some submission stuff from this position. So when we get to here, we might decide that the sweep's not happening, or he takes his back step, so step back. Oh, yeah. And then this is when we can start looking at going into other positions, or start shooting our hips up to start looking for attacks and stuff. So just try and keep that in mind when you're thinking about what we've done today. We've got 2 sweeps. We've got one where we're kind of square. We've got 2 feet pushing, 1 hand and 2 hands pulling, and then the last bit where we're kind of on our side. Yeah, that's where we've got 3 pulls and 1 push. Always 3 points of contact. Okay. All right, grab a drink. Let's do some rolling. On 3, 1, 2, 3.